Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Spoilers, and today we're talking spoilers for Black Panther. Now, Black Panther, I was floored by how great this movie was. It did live up to most of the hype for me. I was super excited. Me and my wife actually got the lucky chance to go to an advanced screening of Black Panther last Wednesday, and here's a picture of us at the screening. We both had on our dashikis. I have mine on again for this video. I had to look fresh for the premiere. I was super excited. There are so many things to talk about this film, and I hope I can get to it all. I hope my memory and recollection is great. I'm actually going to see it again today, just to get it a second view, and I'll probably go see it at least 2 more times. There's just so many things I want to look into. But it wasn't a perfect film. I'll say that now. It wasn't perfect. There were things I had issues with. And since they are so minor, I'll probably start with the things I had issues with in this film. Some of the CGI towards the end of the film wasn't the best. I didn't agree with how cartoonish it looked. Not to say it was terrible, but they definitely could have polished that a little bit more. I feel like they had enough time, and I know it had to do with the new suits, and it needed to be a little more digital, similar to Iron Man, but they could have made it look a little better. Some of the pacing was a bit off. You're kind of going at a cheetah pace, and then you're kind of going at snail pace, and cheetah pace and a snail pace, but then it kind of finishes off at good pacing. And Killmonger. I love Killmonger. The problem is I want more Killmonger. I know it's like a little nitpicky problem. Michael B. Jordan is so good. When I get into the characters, I'll get more into that. I just wanted more of him. But overall, those are probably my only big issues with the film. Ooh, another thing I forgot. The fight sequence in the film, while great, there's a lot of quick cuts and close-ups, so you can't really see the fighting. You're like, ooh, that looks great. I wish I could see more of it. But that's another thing I did not like about the film. I almost left that out, but it didn't. It's okay. Let's get into characters. What I liked about the characters. This film picks up about I'm going to say about a week, maybe a week and a half after the events of Captain America Civil War. T'Challa, he will be crowned king soon, and he goes and picks up his ex-girlfriend, who's played by Lupita Nyong'o. That's that whole mission where he's dropping down and stopping the car. So he's actually taking her out of one of her missions, which I'll get into these whole mission things later. But he's taking her out of one of her missions so she can be there when he's, pronounced king. And he's definitely great. He's grown as a character. He is trying to forge his own path while respect the past Wakandan kings as well. And it's just so great. His new suit is amazing, and him and Killmonger wear the exact same suit. And, from the trailer, I thought Killmonger sneaks in and steals and makes his own nose. His sister, Letitia Wright, she actually makes multiple versions. She makes, like, the silverish version that T'Challa has and the goldish version that Killmonger has. Because she's like, which one you want to choose? And he chooses what he thinks is the least flashy one. And the thing about that gold suit is actually there's a flashback sequence. There's so much to talk about in this film. So much. There's a flashback sequence in the beginning where T'Chaka, when he's younger, and he has his Black Panther suit on, and it has like gold accents on it. So Killmonger's suit looks very similar to that. But like I said, Chadwick Boseman turns in a great job with your performance. I can't wait to see him back in Infinity War, and Black Panther 2 will probably be greenlit very soon. I'm saying this movie's going to make $195 million opening weekend. I'm going 195 for the 3-day weekend, not the 4-day weekend. 4-day weekend, probably $200 million is what I'm saying. I could be wrong. I'm probably going to be wrong, but, my hopes are high. Next, since I already brought up Letitia Wright, Letitia Wright is hilarious in this film. She is so funny, so cocky, so African, yet has all these American tendencies. You can tell from like watching social media and stuff like that. And she's super smart, quippy. Like when they bring Everett Ross to Wakanda, she calls him like colonizer, and I'm like, that is hilarious. Like my homeboy's like, I'm calling white people colonizers from now on, and it's just a joke, but it's so funny. He's like, I'm Everett Ross, and she's like, I know who you are. She goes over his entire backstory, and he's like, oh well, and he's looking around the lab like, this is Wakanda, like y'all supposed to be a third world country or whatever. So it was hilarious. Next, Michael B. Jordan is Eric Killmonger. This man is so hood. He is like the hood. No, he is the hoodest villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And he's up there within the top villains of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, a lot of people are saying, dude, I don't know if he's better than Loki. And some people are saying he is better than Loki. First of all, Loki's not that great a villain. I think Loki's a great villain. He's not like the best MCU villain by any means. He's a good villain, but even more now, he's an anti-hero. But yes, Killmonger is better than Loki. He's up there for me, like my top villains. Brain Control Winter Soldier, just because he's like a moving weapon, and Vulture, like, because you find out his backstory and find out why he's doing this, and basically it's that black people have been oppressed for centuries. Things have gotten better for us now, but they're not treated how they should be, and that he is the epitome of black rage, like knowing that your ancestors were taken from Africa and enslaved. And now we're pretty much dispersed all across the entire planet, and our home continent has been mined and just left for shit, and it's just not the best of what it could be. And with his backstory, his dad is actually Prince N'Jobu, who's T'Chaka's brother. And apparently Wakanda sends spies out all across the world just to find out what's going on, how black people are being treated, all this stuff. So Prince N'Jobu was sent to Oakland, LA, and he sees, and this is in the 90s, and he sees like, dude, black people are not having a good time here. So he basically is like, we need to get this vibe. We can't keep hiding this vibration. We need to get it out, get it to black people, so we can rise up and become, I would assume equals, but it's kind of like rise up and take over. We need to be the dominant race to end all this racism. So it's kind of like reverse racism, if you believe in racism or whatever. Well, if you perceive race and you think you're better than somebody because of this perceived race, and you are a racist. I understand that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But, so, he's the one who sent Claw to Wakanda to steal all that vibranium all those years ago. He let him know exactly how to get in and how to get it. And his brother found out because his best friend was actually another Wakanda spy that he didn't know. And unfortunately, T'Chaka was forced to kill him, and Killmonger is his son, and they went back to Wakanda and pretty much said, Prince N'Jobu disappeared, we have no idea where he is, and they left Killmonger there, who's in Jadaka. He left his own nephew there to keep the lie up, just that Prince N'Jobu disappeared, not that he killed his brother, and it's just so sad. And so he grew up in America, not getting to ever go back to his home country. Well, I guess America's his home country, but the country that his father was going to take him back to once his mission was over. Never got to meet his extended family. It was horrible. It was just so sad when you find that out. And he grows up and, goes to like MIT, Annapolis, ends up becoming like a soldier. I think he was a Marine, I believe, and like did some CIA operations. And those tribal markings on his body is actually for every person that he's killed. So that's why he's marked like that. He's killed a lot of people. He's like ruthless, intelligent. And what's great about him as a villain is, besides the fact that he's hood, is that he doesn't change. At the end of the movie, when he dies, like, T'Challa's like, we can still heal you. And he's like, nah, bro. Nah. Just bury me at sea with my brothers, the slaves who jumped off ship because they knew, dying was better than living a life in chains or bondage or whatever. And then he just dies, and it's like, to the end, this man was real. And the fact that he died, I mean, I understand it's a great arc for him as a villain, but I did not want him to die in this movie. I wanted him back for a sequel. And I mean, we never saw him bury his body. So in my mind, hopefully Ryan Coogler comes back and T'Challa like put him in like one of those freezing chambers and healed him, and it's like, we're gonna take care of him later. Hopefully try to turn him good. I don't care how they do it, just bring him back. He's great. Like, if you need to team him up with Kraven, because he originally wanted Kraven for this film, but couldn't, so maybe he'll be in Spider-Man sequel or Venom. But He was great. And another thing that's great about Killmonger, he's like Magneto for black people. And if you think about Magneto, Magneto was trying to get mutants. He was saying that they're the superior race. Humans are weak. They've treated us like this for long enough. We've tried to be nice, but that's Professor X. He tries to do this a nice way. I'm going to do this my way. And if there's casualties, so be it. But this is how we're going to come out on top. That is who Killmonger is. He is Magneto. He's like, look, white people treated, he's like, certain white people treated black people wrong long enough. We have this technology. We need to rise up. And that's another thing why he doesn't really care for Wakanda. Besides the fact that his own uncle killed his dad and left him there, it's the fact that Wakanda has had this technology for thousands of years and have done nothing to make the world a better place. They could have stopped slavery. They could have stopped oppression, genocide. During World War II, they could have stopped Hitler. They could have done so much, but they remained in secrecy because they thought if the world found out what they could do, it would make the world a worse place, which I understand the logic behind that, but they didn't go about it the right way. They should have shared things gradually, and it could have helped. But he was very upset about that, and his plan is basically to get all this kind of tech out to all their operatives over the world and start an uprising. So that was just really great about his character. Zuri, Forrest Whitaker, he's great. His role's not that big, but he plays an important part in the story because, he was the reason that Njobu was killed. Angela Bassett, man, she has not aged a day. Another not big role, but she was great. The emotion she showed for T'Challa like I said, there's so much to talk about this film, so I'm going to be jumping all around. Okay, when N'Jaka, Killmonger, gets to Wakanda, he basically lets them know, hey, look, I'm Prince N'Jaka, and I'm going to challenge T'Challa for the throne. It's in my blood right to do so. And he goes and he whoops this nigga's ass, bro. Oh, my goodness. It's almost an even fight in the beginning, but he gets the upper hand, and he beats the crap out of him on those falls. And you can tell at a certain point you knew he was going to win because he's trained his entire life for this moment. To beat T'Challa and to take over Wakanda and to get this mission done. That's his sole purpose. He doesn't care about anybody else but getting this mission done. And the whole scene is actually, and this was Ryan Coogler, great job. I don't know if anybody else noticed this in the theaters, but it is a throwback to Lion King. And Lion King, take out the Simba part, but Simba's down there and he's rescued by Mufasa, and Scar comes on the mountain and Mufasa's like, help me, brother, and long live the king, and throws him down. In this film, during the fight, Killmonger gets scarred on the face, grabs T'Challa, throws him off the waterfall. So basically, Scar throws T'Challa off the waterfall. It was a great little illusion there. I didn't catch it when I was watching. I didn't catch it, but I'm like, oh, wait, that's what that was. So the Lion King reference there was cool. But Angela Bassett, she does a great job with her concern during that scene and the scenes after. Winston Duke, boy, he is hilarious. Stand out. He's M'Baku, Manape from the comics. They didn't call him Manape in this movie because they didn't want it perceived as some kind of racist sentiments. But he is hilarious. This man, are you done yet? He is legit. He's going to be back in Infinity War as well. And I thought he was going to be more of an antagonist than he was. In the comics, he is an antagonist of Black Panther. But in this film, his tribe, the Mountain Tribe, they're just kind of distant. They don't approve of the way Wakanda has been ruled these past few centuries. And at the end of the film, they kind of become frenemies or a little bit closer. He's there when T'Challa becomes king again. And, so it looks like they're going to be partners moving forward because he's trying to unify Wakanda instead of, having all these different things. And speaking about Wakanda's actually ruled. Even though T'Challa and the Black Panthers, they are the rulers of Wakanda, there's 5 royal families of Wakanda. And I can't remember them all, but the Jabaris, M'Baku's, they're the Mountain Tribe. There's a River Tribe. And I think there's a Border Tribe. and I'm not sure the other two. One of them is Black Panther tribe. I'm not sure where they're the tribe of, and there's another one. But they all fight to remain in control, or to remain in power of the entire country. So that's what that Warrior Falls I just mentioned. They go there when there's to be a new king. They strip the Black Panther powers away from whoever the current leader is, and they say, all right, who wants to challenge to be king? If you don't think this whoever's going should be king, now's your time to challenge. And it's called ritual combat. So if he loses, whoever wins is now the new king. If he wins, he gets to retain his kingship. So T'Challa, he had his power stripped away. He was at the falls, and he said, does anybody want to challenge me? And all the tribes go around, nah, man, we cool. And they're like, all right, we're good. And then M'Baku comes in like, nah, bruh, nah, let's scrap, let's squabble, because we don't like what y'all been doing. Your sister, she's a little girl, and she's running everything, and they just didn't like it. But that was sweet. Back to Letitia Wright. I cannot wait to see her interact with Spider-Man, because that's going to be hilarious. Those are going to be some funny scenes. Apparently, most of her lines were written by Donald and Stephen Glover from, Atlanta and Childish Gambino. So that's why she's so funny. Everett Ross, small role in the film. He's kind of just thrown in there because, Everett Ross is a big part of the Black Panther comics. He's the liaison with the United States government and Wakanda between them. And in this film, he's kind of there. I wish Peggy Carter was kind of there as well, since she's also CIA member. It would have worked. Not like she had as big of a role as Everett Ross, but if she was kind of on that first mission where he showed up at that casino, it would have been nice to see her again, because I don't know when we're going to get to see her again. But the thing is, they revealing more about his backstory. He was a Air Force pilot, which means he looks around the same age as Rhodey, so he would have been an Air Force pilot around the same time as Rhodes. And if you know who else is an Air Force pilot, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and that movie's taking place in the 90s. So it would be great if we get a young Rhodes and a young Everett Ross in that movie, along with Nick Fury and all them. So that would be great. Man, but all the rest of the characters. Sterling K. Brown, who plays Prince Njobu, Killmonger's dad. Wow, even though his scenes are like a minuscule part of the movie, so much emotion. Sterling K. Brown is a terrific actor. Like, it was great. It was great. Oh, I forgot Daniel Kaluuya as, I can't remember his character's name, but he's really good. His parents were actually killed by Claw during that original, when he came and stole the vibranium, and he told T'Challa, he's like, look, if you see Claw, kill him. T'Challa doesn't end up killing him. So he gets kind of mad, which is why he kind of sides with Killmonger when Killmonger becomes king. Danai Gurira, Okoye, another one. She is fantastic. She's one of the best characters in this film. She is loyal to that throne no matter what. And as much as she loves T'Challa, when he lost in ritual combat and she had to serve Killmonger, she's like, look, I have to serve the throne. I don't care who's on it. That is my job. Once we start trying to do like these uprisings and stuff, we'll ruin Wakanda. So, and when T'Challa comes back, that's why she turns on Killmonger. She's like, well, you didn't kill him, so technically you're not king because the battle's not done. But she was amazing. The music in this film is great. It's like rap, hip-hop mixed with African sounds. Ludwig Göransson does an amazing job. His actually the main theme of Black Panther, and Ryan Coogler loves X-Men. Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan said he's like Magneto. And if you will listen to Ludwig Göransson's Black Panther theme, he incorporates the X-Men theme from the movies into that theme. And let's just try and listen to both themes real quick and let's see if you can pick up on it. Now, did you hear that? That's X-Men. I was like, wow. I don't think anybody else is picking up on that, but that is dope. And the soundtrack, you know, Kendrick Lamar curated the soundtrack, and it is fly. I'm telling you, my favorite two songs are Paramedic and Bloody Waters. Like they're right next to each other, so it's back to back. I like to put that on and bump it. I mean, actually, I might go listen to that right now. I'll be right back.
Hey, they better call a paramedic in the street. I got leverage in the street. I'm a California nigga and I'm heavy in the streets. 22 or 20.
All right, I'm back. It was I was just thinking about the music I had to listen to, but it was dope. Unfortunately, no J. Cole on the soundtrack, which is very disappointing. I don't know what happened. I mean, let's just pray that, you know, J. Cole curates the sequel for Black Panther 2, or whatever they end up calling it. I mean, this movie is so black. I'm gonna use the word again. This is the epitome of black culture, just like Killmonger, the epitome of black people rage. But it is this is how black this movie made me feel.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black.
Yeah, so that black. And the other things about the movie, the new suit, the way it morphs of his body almost like a symbiote. And you can see in the Super Bowl trailer for Avengers Infinity War, it looks like Iron Man has finally caught up and gets that technology too, and he keeps it all in his chest piece and it forms around his body. But that new suit that Black Panther Killmonger wears is pretty dope. The only thing I don't understand about it is, does it burn off the clothes? Because they kind of show that it does, but at the same time it doesn't. So I don't know if that was just a stylistic choice. It's supposed to just show like it. I don't know. But it looks dope. But I don't know how you can go up from here. How do you improve on this suit? Like Iron Man, you saw how he had that clunky suit and how he's refining it over the years. Captain America, how he pretty much wears a different suit depending on the occasion. His original suit in the original film. Winter Soldier, which is probably still my favorite suit. And how it's more tactical and darker colors. And the Avengers suit, which was all American and bright, but how those two changed. Black Panther had that tank-like suit in Civil War, and now he has this sleek suit. I don't know what his suit in Black Panther 2 is going to be. He's going to wear the same suit in Infinity War. So I'm curious to see how they're going to make it better. I got notes here. I got to go to my notes to see what else. The powers, the Black Panther powers, they do show how he gets those, and he did have them in Civil War, because you can fighting for the mantle of Black Panther is different from fighting for the mantle of King. You can actually fight for both, apparently. They're separate. And I guess once the Black Panther gets old enough, they pick a new, and I guess T'Challa took on the responsibility, which is why he was able to survive that explosion. His dad didn't, because he had those Black Panther superpowers. But the heart-shaped herb in this film, they showed it's like a flower with a little fruit inside. So you pluck out the fruit, you grind it up, and you drink the juices, and it gives you superpowers. And that flower has that ability because a giant meteorite of vibranium hit Africa thousands of years ago, and it affected all the plant life around that part of the country. So basically it's like the vibranium is in the flower and is now in his body, and it makes him strong like vibranium or something like that. But they don't explain it. Like all the plant life in Wakanda, or most of the plant life in Wakanda, is actually affected by the vibranium beneath the soil, because the Jabari tribe, M'Baku's people, they actually use wood armor because they don't believe in vibranium. They think they don't really go why, but they just don't think vibranium should be used the way it is. But the trees in Wakanda are stronger than normal trees because the vibranium's in the soil. So they use wood armor made out of those super strong trees that's pretty much light metal. I don't know how they cut it, but it's light metal. And you can see in the film he has the armor, he has that staff, and he's just knocking people around. With his connection to the greater MCU, you know it picks up very closely after Captain America Civil War. Everett Ross is in it, but that's about it. There's not a lot of connection to the greater MCU. They did not explain how Howard Stark got the vibranium in Captain America the First Avenger. I really thought the film was going to open with that, like maybe Howard going to Wakanda and say, look, World War II is happening. I know you guys don't want to help, but can we get some of your vibranium? And the original king giving it to him, which it would have made sense because Wakanda, even though the city is what's hidden, like their great central city is what's hidden. The borders aren't like in the comics. There's like you can't get into Wakanda at all unless you're like invited in. And this, like the border is like it's like a normal country. If you show up, like there's people there and they're like, "What's up?" And it's like you think it's just a normal African country, but they just have like a force field around the main city to make it look like a mountain. So, I mean, I don't know why more people haven't tried to go to Wakanda. Like, I mean, they probably haven't killed them, but I don't know. There's that. But I wish that did explain how Howard Stark got his vibranium. Hopefully in the sequel we'll find out how he got it. The great thing about this film, and I'm going to end on this note because this video is going a little long. This will be the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to win an Academy Award, and that is going to be for Best Costume Design. It has to. Ruth E. Carter will take home the Academy Award in 2019 for Best Costume Design. If she does not, I don't know what the Academy's thinking, but I'm guaranteeing that she takes home that award. And I bet, and these I'm not as sure about, but it will be nominated for other awards as well. Let me pull out my list here. So Best Costume Design, Black Panther will be nominated and take home the Academy Award for that. Best Cinematography, it might get a nomination. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, it might get a nomination. Best Original Score, Ludwig Göransson might get a nomination. Best Original Song, All the Stars, SZA and Kendrick Lamar might get a nomination for that. Best Production Design, Best Sound Editing, and Best Sound Mixing. Those are the categories I think that Black Panther will be nominated for next year. There are two post-credit scenes. There's a mid-credit and a post-credit. One is just Wakanda going and talking to the UN and saying, look, Wakanda's no longer going to hide. We're going to let you know what we have. And they're like, what are you sheepherders going to give us? And he just smiles and you're like, psh, you don't know, bruh. They got everything. So there's that. And the post-credit scene is Bucky continuing his recuperation. These African children, they're like watching him while he sleeps and he wakes up and they're like, white wolf, white wolf. They say it in Wakanda, but they're like, white wolf, white wolf. And that's a nod to the comics because T'Challa had an adoptive white brother in the comics who was called White Wolf. So I thought that was legit and funny. I'm actually going to go check it out again today for my second viewing. I had the full written review up on my blog, flicksfrog.wordpress.com. I have a quick review up on Stardust. I'm a superstar over there, so please hop on Stardust. Follow me there I do movies and TV shows, reviews I don't get to write. You can find quick reviews for my stuff on there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+. Since it is Black History Month, I'll be putting up at least 4, hopefully, Black History Month themed top 5s. So go check those out. I think the first one we're doing is the top 5 Black people to survive a horror movie. So go and check that out. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.